Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue. I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall. And if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.
Greetings, everybody, and welcome to the February 19th, 2023 Open Mic America. I'm your MC, Rich Fassler. I'm joined by founder Dave Williams as our engineer and Laura Bordowitz as our interviewer. Our mission at Open Mic America is to support Americans' open mics, and it's our pleasure to present the more accomplished singer-songwriters who play at those events. Without gimmicks and frills, no special pedals, this is the beating heart of American music. That tapestry of story and song that has been weaving us together for generations. We have a fantastic show for you tonight with singer-songwriters from the Midwest and Southwest, from the East Coast and the West Coast. And now let's introduce all of our performers. And performers, feel free to wave if you like. Rigo Rodriguez and Rodman King from Amherst, Mass. John Gary from Stowe, Ohio. Geenkent from Houston, Texas. Mike Simpson, Saratoga, California. Ralph DeFlorio, Harvard, Mass. Jennifer McQuaid, Auburn, Maine. Lewis Beeler, Charlotte, North Carolina. Brian Eyre, Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. You can find links to their work on our website and on this YouTube video. So, let's start the show. Our first guest is Rigo Rodriguez and Rodman King. They regularly play the Petersham Jams in Petersham, Massachusetts, and they're planning to do some live streams on their YouTube channel. By the way, they make up 2/3 of the band Black Door 74, and folks can check out that music at www.blackdoor74band.com. So guys, take it away.
It's so good to be with you all tonight. We're going to do a couple of originals. This first song is called Lustrum. It's a song that Rod and I co-wrote. Church bell rings, choir sings, blood soaked into the streets. Suspect fled, resisted. Cameras reveal deceit. 300 million witnesses, and still the jury's dismissed. The politicians chatter, and we all know whose lives matter. Don't change anything. A solemn vow, and yet somehow an empty magazine. 300 million witnesses, and still the jury's dismissed. matter.
Great.
That was Lustrum, two-thirds of Black Door 74. If you like our music, you can find us at blackdoor74band.com. This next song is called The Will to Smile. It's about oppression. But more than that, it's about the strength of the human spirit in the face of efforts to oppress. And it's called The Will to Smile. Luggage tossed from the train, heirlooms now, debris. The gate rusted with rain, Reed's work sets you free. Here angels ever tread amidst the carnage. The sky smoke filled and red, we're at the cliff's edge. Oh, we're at the cliff's edge. Razor wire stretches on for miles and miles, but you'll never take my will to smile. You'll never take my will to smile. You'll never take my will to smile. What is to give light must endure burning. In my flame blazes starlight emitting meaning. You've locked all of the doors, you think my spirit died. Well, I'm bruised, battered, and sore, but I'm laughing inside. Oh, I'm laughing inside. Razor wire stretches on for miles and miles, but you'll never take my will to smile. You'll never take my will to smile. You'll never take my will. Withdrawing deeper now to where my soul breathes. We will survive somehow, this place no one leaves. Before you embers stand, not numbers to file. This is a whore land, but life is beautiful. Oh, life is beautiful. Razor wire stretches on for miles and miles, but you'll never take my will to smile. You'll never take my will to smile. You'll never take my will to smile.
Great sound. Great sound.
All right. What a great way to kick off the show. Thanks for being our opening set, Rigo and Rodman. How do you guys feel after that? Because I feel like all excited and ready to go.
I think I only made about 12 or so mistakes that we'll talk about later. But no, it was awesome. And thank you for having us.
Oh, yeah. That's the best part about live music, I think. Instead of doing, takes over and over again, trying to get it exactly perfect, you get that live reaction when stuff is really just almost more alive and things.
It's a good way.
But I wanted to ask you to, because I was peeking around on your websites and things. And so you guys are 2/3 of your band, Black Door 74. How did you guys meet each other? How did you guys get together?
We all used to work together. All three of us worked together in upstate New York, and our drummer Frosty Beats is, and you can't use that. That's trademarked. He still lives in upstate New York. I grew up in upstate New York. We all worked together, and we've stayed in touch. And right before the pandemic, we started making music together, and the music was so strong it's lasted through the pandemic. So yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of the pandemic really brought us together in a kind of way, and especially to start putting our stuff down, because our songs we play all originals and they come from the heart, and I think that the three of us we had a similar mindset, and the fusion of our ideas it's just been exciting to be a part of it.
Sounds like it. I mean, I think the pandemic brought a lot of people closer together in terms of making music and getting things together. Do you normally play live? Do you play virtually or?
Yeah, a little bit of both. So because we're in like almost three separate locations. I live in Connecticut, Rigo lives in Amherst, and Frosty Beats lives in Geneva, New York. We have to practice and do a lot of things virtually. So it's been interesting, but it's actually worked out. We played live. When we play, we've been playing live together, but we're looking to do some sort of live streams, like Rich had announced some live streams off of our YouTube channel and things like this. It's great to be in an era where the technology allows us to be in three separate locations, yet really play well together.
Yeah, when the three of us first started getting together, it was in Frosty Beats' basement. And I think a big part of the cohesion we developed was, it was kind of a stress reliever from work. But then, the synergy we developed, we would always come with ideas to mess with, and then we'd come up with new songs. And then, the pandemic hit, and we switched over to Jamulus. And we've just started playing like out for people in the last couple of months. Yeah. For an array of reasons. But yeah, right now it's still mostly just kind of however we can.
Yeah. Nice. No, I agree. I know we were talking about this a little bit before the show about how technology has just kind of almost changed the game completely, especially with groups that are with different parts of the world.
Yeah, very true.
And in amazing ways too. Just the fact that people who live in three different states, not super close, can continue to make music together, and it's amazing.
Yeah. Do you think that affects the, I guess, collaboration? It sounds like you three kind of make all the music together, or is one of you like a lyrics person, someone else does music, or?
No, I mean, we all write. I mean, Rigo and I co-wrote Lustrum, the first song we played, and we write a lot of stuff, but we also bring things sort of separately. Rigo will bring a song to the group, Frosty Beats will bring something, I'll bring something, and we've been able to even though we're physically sort of separated by distance, still collaborate and work on stuff. We actually were, yesterday we're meeting. Was it Friday? It's Friday. Yeah. We all got together to work out the next set of songs we were going to record. So yeah.
We've got enough for an EP at this point. We're trying to have an album finished in the next couple of months, and we each bring our different creative strengths to the mix, and each of us. Like Rod said, sometimes one of us will come with sometimes we sit down together and come up with a song. Yeah. When we can get together. Rod and I were just working on a song before this. I got here early enough so that we could, try to figure out the angle. What was the central kernel of that song. Yeah. And that's just awfully fun.
It is.
That's awesome. That's awesome. How did you choose the songs for tonight out of your repertoire?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, in my mind, part of it was what would sound good without our drummer. Yeah, because some of our stuff is kind of heavier and some of it's not.
Yeah. And we didn't want to play. We've got some songs that are similar in terms of sound, and we didn't want to just do two similar songs. Yeah. So these are our two songs that represent sort of distinct parts of our musical identity that we could play without Frosty Beats.
I think too that the song Lustrum it's pretty direct in its message, and Will to Smile is a little less direct. Mm-hmm. And I thought too that my half of the thinking about this was it would give a good sense of the breadth of kind of how we think about music and the creative arts more generally as a venue where you can say something important about the world around you, but also not necessarily in the most direct ways, because you know, the poetic also has a role in moving people, you know.
Well said.
Yeah. I totally felt that. The second song definitely felt like more of like almost like a mantra that as you repeat it over and over again, it gets deeper every time. And the first one had the specific lyrics that are just such a joy to listen to. And
Yeah,
thank you so much for starting off the show for us tonight. It's been
Our
a
pleasure.
pleasure talking with you, and you'll have to let us know when your EP comes out so we can all take a listen to it.
Yeah, well, you can listen to the tracks on the website now, and we'll let you know when it'll be ready for distribution. So yeah.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us,
Thank
Joe,
you.
and for
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
this. This is
Thank you so much for coming on tonight. It was a pleasure.
Okay, yeah, that was great. I mean, it's amazing what you can do today. 2023, collaborating long distance. It's pretty incredible. Okay, our next performer is John Gary. He's got some upcoming performances, including at the Jenks 1929 in Cayuga Falls. That's on March 18th, I think. And the Bent Ladder Winery in Rittman in later on in March. And he also hosts an open mic showcase at the Dragonfly Winery in Canal Fulton. He's going to do that on March 9th. So, John, take it away.
Thanks, Rich. So I'm doing a couple of finger-picked songs tonight. I keep the picks over there. This first song is called "Do You Still Remember Me?" I'll tell the story. It comes from just I was doing some songwriting exercises and had spent my early childhood years living in California before we moved to Ohio. So I was thinking about that as being kind of a subject for a song. So it kind of comes out of that.
My California sweetie, where have you gone? Haven't seen your face in a while. Yes, it's been oh so long. Do you still remember me? Yes, I still remember you. I remember much too well. I wish you knew how I miss you. It's been a long 12 years since I last saw your smile, and yet it still remains vivid in my mind across the miles. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la. La 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 la. La la. So now this song comes my plea. I hope you still remember me. There is something I must tell you. You never knew how I loved you.
Very nice.
All right. So my second song is a song called Robin Bird. And living here in Ohio as I do, winters can be really rough. You don't get to go outside, although we've had a really nice February after I'm hearing what you guys are talking about with ice and that. But one of the things I like to do as spring rolls around is to get out in the yard, get outside and take my guitar outside and do that. So after one particularly hard winter, I was out sitting on the porch just kind of playing my guitar, noodling around and watching the birds flying in and out of the yard. And this song just kind of came out of it. It's one of those ones that just, within a matter of an hour, I had this entire song. So again, it's called Robin Bird.
Little robin bird, what do you know? You fly into my yard in springtime snows. Do you carry on your wings, my lady love? My lady love. She came into my life one April morn to soothe the damage done by winter's scorn. And melt the ice within my aching soul. My aching soul. And through May's bright sun and June's warm days, she was the one to show the ways. How love could grow, yet she'd never know this warmth within my heart. From summer nights into the fall, I listen to your lover's call. Until the day you flew from my life. You flew from my life. So little robin bird, where do you go? When you fly from my yard in autumn snows. my lady love. Goodbye, lady love.
Wow. That was a very
Wow.
nice song, John.
Thank you.
Wow.
Wow, those were beautiful. Those were beautiful. Thank you for
Thank you.
playing, John.
Hi, Laura. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing really well. Thank you.
Awesome. I know that we've had you on the show a couple of times, many times on Open Mic America. I had to ask, why do you keep coming back? What brings you back to this open mic?
I like having that opportunity to just to play. So I go out even with my performance, my performances, but I still go out probably 3 nights a week at least on open mic. And I like doing the virtual because it opens me up to a larger audience outside of where I am. And I like having the setup. I bought the setup so I could do this virtual stuff. So I need to use it.
Nice. It looks very slick with the logo up at the top and the nice crisp background. That's very fun. You do have a lot of bookings
Green
that you
screens,
have.
yeah.
Yeah. It looks like you have a lot of shows coming up, a lot of open mics, and you're hosting the one at the Dragonfly Winery.
I do the one at Dragonfly. It's a monthly show that we do there, and with that one, I do 8 open mic slots, and then I do a showcase performer. So part of what I do is I go around to the other places that I play. Is I try to identify some really good performers that I invite to come and be a showcase performer at my open mic. You know,
That's
so
really cool.
Kind of to look at, this is an opportunity for those folks who are getting out there maybe for the first time or have only been doing it for a little while to see someone again who's a little bit more accomplished at what they do. And so it gets some really very interesting people who come and play showcase. And we pay them a little bit.
Ooh, a nice little extra incentive to
Yes,
come out.
right.
That's so wonderful, especially with I know that I've heard you many times on this show, and I always enjoy the lyrics of your songs and the kind of stories that you always have behind them. Your lyrics are always so invoking. It's almost like you're speaking directly to a specific person. And I wanted to ask, how do you come up with all that kind of stuff?
You know, I get asked that. I often get asked, did you write that for your wife or for that? And you know, over probably a couple hundred songs that I've written, I've probably written maybe 5 personal songs to the people in my life. It's really about just songwriting and coming up with an idea. And a lot of what I end up doing is a feeling more than anything else. I come up with a feeling and maybe a phrase that evokes that particular feeling and kind of build lyrics out of that. For me, my personal style is I write my lyrics before I write my music. Rarely do I do the music first. So it's usually lyrics and then music.
Okay. So I know you said with Robin Bird that you came up with everything the song kind of came out in about an hour. Was that both lyrics and music?
Yes. Yeah, I was kind of
Wow.
noodling around on the porch and watching, and I thought, okay, let's do this bird thing with seasons and kind of has some additional thoughts behind it. It can be interpreted differently, and it's one of those kinds of songs. So
That's cool. What do you say would be your song that's had like the longest, I guess, development process?
well, when I last played here, I had just put out in August An Echo of Silence, which was my compilation of the 16 songs that went around that issue of young lady who gets pregnant and gives up her child for adoption. Those are songs that I wrote over decades.
Wow.
And kind of put them all together finally last year.
That's a really cool project. Kind of get that span of did you discover that you've like maybe grown in different ways as an artist than you expected?
Yes. Yeah. And I just to say yes. Part of what's starting to happen now, even with going out and doing a lot of the shows around here, is I'm meeting a lot of people who, for years and years, I never went out and played. I was the basement player in writing. So I've gone out and met a lot of people in my local area, and I began doing collaborations. So yes, there's always this piece of learning from other people and bouncing ideas off of people, which I haven't had over much of my career.
Yeah, I think that often happens with music. Is it almost viewed as a singular, an individual activity, but it really can be just a huge community,
Yes.
even if you're still doing solo performances.
Right. And here in Northeast Ohio, where I am, is very, very vibrant music community.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for playing for us tonight. It was a pleasure having you back. I hope we'll see you again.
It's a pleasure being here. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Back to you, Rich.
All right. Hey, we are heading out to Houston, Texas. That's right. We are going to Houston, and we're going to hear Geenkent. He plays mostly at open mics at Puffa Bellies on Old Town Spring, Old Town Spring, Texas, and also Mucky Duck in Houston. I didn't make those up. He actually sent those to me. And then he is going to be heading to Nashville soon to take in as many open mics as he can to, get some of his original songs out there for people to listen to. So, Gene, take it away.
Oh, you're still on mute, Gene.
How about now?
There we go.
Very good. The first song I'm going to share with you is a song that I wrote a few years back about a singer-songwriter from Texas, out of Houston. And when I first started going to open mics, I had no idea who this individual was, but it turns out he's an icon in folk music. But I wrote this song, some observations about the songs he had written. It goes like this. You lived your life on the road, followed the winds where they blow, shared your hopes and your dreams. Wrote how life can leave us blue. Told of friends like Rex and Lefty too. Gave us a glimpse of our lives that still rings true. Don't want nobody crying here. Wouldn't want to think your life had brought someone a tear. We must keep moving along, remembering the joy you brought us with your song. You wrote about your houseboat in the sky, how you'd sail God's oceans by and by. Shared your hopes and your dreams for when you said that last goodbye. Don't want nobody crying here. Wouldn't want to think your life had brought someone a tear. We must keep moving along, remembering the joy you brought us with your songs. Don't want nobody crying here. Wouldn't want to think your life had brought someone a tear. We must keep moving along, remembering the joy haunt us with your songs. Old towns you're living on, in your song, in your song, in your song.
Beautiful.
Awesome, man.
This next tune, I wasn't aware of this. They said there was an extra charge for using a harmonica, but and I wasn't aware of that. So you'll have to hit me with the fees later.
We'll take your credit card number.
Thank you so much. And it's another song that I wrote about a songwriter, a friend of mine here in Houston, who decided to move to Nashville, and so we had a going away party for him here. It's about 20 some odd years ago. And I call this song Follow Your Dreams. I've got a friend who loves to play his songs. At open mics he plays and we sing along, yes we do. We tell him, man, your tunes are really hot. They're gonna take you all the way to the top, yes they will. Keep following your dreams to the top. Don't ever look back, don't ever stop. Keep following your dreams to the top. Follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. I've got a friend who loves to play his songs. Caught a bus in Nashville, now he's gone. We hope he makes it big when he hits that town. We know he'll be a star when he comes back around, yes he will. Keep following your dream to the top. Don't ever look back, don't ever stop. Keep following your dream to the top. Follow your dream. Follow your dream. Follow your dreams. Keep following your dream to the top. Don't ever look back, don't ever stop. Keep following your dream to the top. Follow your dream. Follow your dream. Follow your dream. I've got a friend who loves to play his songs. And if you listen, he'll play all night long. All night long, yes he will.
Woo!
Very nice, Gene.
Oh, that's so fun. That's so fun. I gotta ask the friend in your song who can play all night long, if you'll let him. Is it really a friend, or is this you?
Well, you know, it's probably a bit of me and probably a bit of my friend. I mean, you know, most of these people I know that are songwriters, I mean, they'll play as long as you let them, as you'll listen.
It's true. Give him an inch and the whole night's gone before you know it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Gene, thank you so much for coming on the show. This is your first time at Open Mic America, right? Or
Yeah, it's my first time to participate. I have a friend that moved from Houston to Oregon here not too long ago. His name's Ken Gaines, and I saw him on one of your earlier shows, and it inspired me to reach out and see if I could get on. So, yeah.
awesome. Well, it was wonderful hearing your music. I really enjoyed both your songs tonight. They're very, very moving with the first one, really like uplifting for the second one.
Thanks.
It's really fun. I also really enjoyed that picking in the first song. That was really beautiful.
Yeah, that's a song about, I went to open mics here in Houston. I started going about 25 years ago, something like that. And I had to get past with the heebie-jeebies, which are the, you know what, if you have stage fright, there's only one way to get past it. And so anyhow, I'm an old rock and roller. My hair not long anymore, but it was at one time, a long time ago. And I used to listen to a lot of rock and roll music, and I never knew who any of these songwriters like Townes Van Zandt were. I had no clue. But when I started going to open mics and I started meeting a few people, I started hearing his name and hearing some of his songs. And so that song that I played for you, I kind of messed it up at the beginning because I lost the first verse, but it's just I went through some of his music and I pieced together a song about, you know, some of the things that he talked about in his music.
That's beautiful. That's awesome. That's really cool. I see that you have also a lot of instruments behind you, and you play both the guitar and the harmonica. Do you play everything that's behind you too?
Yeah, I've got auto harps and banjos and mandolins and anything with strings on it. I can butcher it, no problem.
Very fun. What made you choose do you stick with the guitar and the harmonica mostly for your songs, or?
No, I don't use the harmonica very often, it's mostly just guitar work. That's what I'm most comfortable with.
Awesome. Well, it's clear because it sounds beautiful.
Thank
Sounds great. So I have to ask, I know that go ahead.
I'm going to tell you about this guitar.
Yeah.
This guitar is made from the last Liberty tree that was in this country at the American Revolution. It's called a Liberty tree guitar. It's made by Taylor Guitars out of California. And the wood in the guitar is made from a tulip poplar tree. You can see it's kind of funky.
Wow.
But this thing stays in the case most of the time in a display case. It never gets played. So I figured this is a great opportunity to take it out and play it. And
even more special.
It's a collector's item.
Yeah. Well, it's beautiful. I was gonna say it has a lot of like little detail around the opening in the center and on the neck too.
Nice inlays in it, and
yeah,
real treat.
That's awesome. Well, Gene, I know that on our open mic website you're listed as Geenkent. What's that name from?
Well, I'm married. Been married, coming up on 40th anniversary here pretty soon, and my wife. It's a cute thing that and it actually works because it's unique because nobody else has it. But my name is Gene, Gene, and my middle name is Kent. And my email we created was Geenkent. So it's just kind of she just likes the way it's spelled Gene funny. So
that's very fun. It's a good way to make sure that your name's out there. Very easy to find, very searchable.
It is.
Awesome. Well, Gene, this has been absolute pleasure to hear you sing and talk to you a little bit tonight. I'm really glad that you got to come out.
Me too. It's been a real treat. I hope to come back.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see you again soon. But thanks so much for coming out tonight.
Thank you so much.
All right. You know, Gene, I bet there are a lot of people, a lot of performers uh, at open mics nowadays. They of old guys. I say that in a very friendly way, who used to be rock and rollers, you know, and turned our amps up to 10 and played, electric guitars, who are now into the, more the folk scene, Americana kind of thing, playing acoustics. So it's an interesting twist for a lot of us. Okay, we are now going to go to the South Bay, San Francisco Bay, kind of my old stopping ground. We're going to go to Saratoga, California, and we're going to hear Mike Simpson. And Mike plays on a virtual open mic there called Mike Arona, which is, I think, run by our own Daphne Romil. And he also plays at the San Jose Unitarian Church open mic. But he's going to play for us tonight. So, Mike, take it away.
Thank you very much. Always great to be here. I love this place. I particularly like seeing amazing displays of excess, like the guitar collection of Rigo Rodriguez there. People give me a hard time for having a lot of guitars, and I can point them to him now as an example. So there's two kinds of songs you can play on this Open Mic America. One of them is originals. This one is not an original, but it qualifies as a heritage song because it was written in the later part of the 19th century. We don't know quite when. In this fair land, I'll stay no more. Labor isn't vain. I'll leave the mountains of my birth and seek the fertile plain. I'm going to the west. You say you will not go with me. Turn your eyes away. You say will not follow me. No matter what I say, I'm going to the west. 3 years have passed since we first met, and I became your bride. Now I must journey far away without you by my side. I'm going to the west. You say you will not go with me. You turn your eyes away. You say you will not follow me. No matter what I say, I'm going to the west. I'll leave you here in this land you love, mid scenes so bright and fair, where fragrant flowers are blooming and music fills the air. I'm going to the west. Yes, I'm going to the west. this one's. Hello, Laura.
Hey there, Mike. You got another song for us, though?
I do. If you got room for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right, here we go. I look high, I look low. It seems the more I examine, the less I know. I watch you, you watch me. I think the more we look, perhaps the less we see. I go far, I go fast, but no increase of speed or distance makes the good things last. I work up, I work in, I drill down to the truth, but that truth feels thin. Every direction is uniquely the same. Pointing a heading never escapes the frame, never leaves the frame. I make time, I make art. Every effort just returns me to the start. I speak blessing, I do sin. Every end unlocks a door where I begin again. I rush off, or I wait. Neither works, I cannot seem to concentrate. Slick the wet, grip the dry. At the end I am alone, and I don't know why. None of my circling motions ever touch, I know. They pass on above, or else they pass below. Or else they pass below. Yet I never think of stopping, never pause the pace. Ever always only in the race. Lack of a destination will not hold me back, will not hold me back. I look high, look low, watch you, watch me. I make time, I make art, I speak blessing, I do sin. I rush off or I wait, slick the wet, hold the dry. At the end I am alone and I don't know why. At the end I am alone and I don't know why. I don't know why. No, I don't know why. I just don't know why.
Woo! All right. Woo! That was awesome, Mike. I'm glad we got to hear that second song.
Yeah, good.
Oh man, well it's good to have you back on the show again.
Thank you.
I'm glad that you were able to make it. How did you choose your songs tonight? I know that you typically do some originals, some heritage songs.
Yeah, well, it was more of a wrestling match than usual. Trying to pick the song here. I mean, I have a profound respect for Dave Williams, and I've been listening to him play and listened to his songwriting for many years, and so it's a lot to live up to play on something that he sponsors like this. So I finally figured out that I wanted to play the banjo because it's the most beloved of all instruments. Well, after the accordion maybe. And so one of the few songs that I regularly play on the banjo is Going to the West, and I love the tune. So that one was easy. The other one I wrestled with that sort of existential drama song there. And another one that I'll, if I'm asked back on, I might do that other one here. I had another one that's entirely driven by a dream. It's a dream story that I came out and wrote the song. So it was
like a dream from like when you're asleep, not just like a
right.
dream.
Yeah, I was sleeping. I woke up and I could still see the images, and the song was already written, and it was. I just had to run in and type it down.
Wow, that's probably going to be a really interesting song. I know that dreams are often crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'm already crazy, so for me, it's a guarantee.
Yeah. How many original songs do you have? Like tons, I bet.
Over the last year and a half, I've written about 21, 22.
Wow.
Mm.
Just within the past year, do you work on them like one at a time, or do they happen like overlapping?
They overlap, yeah. Something will get written lyrically, or get written. There's an arrangement, a chordal arrangement that's attractive, and I have to find the lyrics for it. And I get a number of. The dream thing has happened more than once, where I'll wake up and the song's all done already, and then I just have to go figure out what the chords are and write it down, and then mess with it repeatedly. But the messing with it part overlaps the songs. It could be half a dozen you're working on at one time.
I bet. Does it get hard? Do you ever get to the point where it's like, oh, this song is done pretty easy, or are you like, oh, like maybe it's done, but I fiddle with it a little more?
That's song by song, and the open mic that I go to, there are several people in there who are good sounding boards for me. So I'll play the song and ask them, and they'll go, "Well, that sucked," and then that song gets a little more work. And if it fails the second time, then it goes into the I don't play that folder. And sometimes they like it a lot, and then I know it's probably pretty good. Yeah.
Wow, that must be a pretty trusted group to be able to have that kind of sway on your songs.
Yeah, well, that open mic Corona thing is we just did our 300th, I think, meeting of that since Corona. But the actual open mic was had a different name. It was South Bay Folks, and it's in its 32nd year. So I've known these people for quite a while.
Wow, that's really cool. Do you do any other open mics or just the Micorona?
Now I do one that guy that's been on here several times, really great player, songwriter named Rick Merritt. He has one down in downtown San Jose. I do some virtual ones in Ireland and Germany and England, and I've got a new one I'm going to start here in a little bit in the middle of the night tonight. It'll be Monday for them in Scotland. And
wow, Scotland! How did you get hooked up with people across the ocean, across the pond?
So if I'm not playing my stuff, I play a lot of what they call Celtic music. That is to say, British Isles music. So I know a lot of people from there, and I know a lot of people here, particularly in the town of Berkeley, who are musicians and that, and they hook me up with people. And I have a number of friends in Boston that are also, have that kind of music, that heritage that they play. And so, and I write some in that mode as well.
Wonderful. Quite the range you've got there in terms of, I'm sure that the folk music from here and folk music from across the way are different in the way you approach them.
Exactly the same.
Really? Oh.
They may borrow from slightly different traditions. A lot of the stuff I write, and that stuff is played on something from the mandolin family. Mandolin, mandola, octave mandolin, or mandocello, but, folk music, people's music, it's music of the heart, and our hearts really all beat together as long as we don't prevent them from doing that.
Wow. That's pretty cool. World's a lot smaller than you think it is. Awesome. Well, wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing your talent with us tonight, Mike, all your hard work. And it was a pleasure having you on the show again.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to see you again, Laura.
See you next time.
Your interviewing style is very nice. Thank you.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
All right. All right, thank you, Mike. You mentioned, and I know you do the heritage songs, and I guess on Open Mic America, it's anything I think before 1925. I think that's correct. So roughly 100 years old. So I'm wondering if we're doing this 40 years from now, does that mean like Johnny Be Good would be a heritage song? Because it'd be about 100 years old by then.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It won't take a full 40 years from now before its copyrights expire. That's what heritage songs means for this, in a sense, is that we can do them without the fear of Big Brother attempting to take all of Dave's money.
Yeah, right. All right.
Let me say something here for a minute.
Yes.
It's one of my dreams that if Open Mic America ever becomes strong and successful, that we'll lobby to move that date from 1925 to 1970.
Oh, yeah, I like that a lot. All right. I'm with you.
Good plan, Dave.
Yep. Sounds good. All right. We are now going to go from the West Coast to the East Coast to Harvard, Massachusetts. We're going to listen to Ralph DeFlorio. And you can actually catch Ralph if you're in that area, Massachusetts, playing with the County Line String Band later this month and next month at Acoustic Java in Worcester, Mass. And for more information, dates and stuff like that, you can go to ralphdeflorio.com and get some more information. So Ralph, take it away.
Okay. Rich, I'm going to start off by saying about the harmonica thing. I looked at the Open Mic America policy manual, and it actually says that I get paid double because I'm playing two instruments. So I just wanted to let you know that.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think you're right, and so look for twice as much in the check that you get.
I can't wait. Okay. So this year is the 100th anniversary of Hank Williams' birth, and so I'd like to do a song that has him in it. For most of it, I make a little cameo at the end of the song. This one's called "That Is Where the Light Comes From." I was listening to Hank Williams sing Mansion on the Hill. Someone gets stuck in a life unfulfilled. Though sorrow drape the telling, his dream was not done. That is where the light comes from. It's a low down, restless feeling hanging in the air, heading down that lost highway of despair. That long road goes on and on towards the horizon. That is where the light comes from. Where the light, where the light, that is where the light comes from. Late night train keeps rolling, the lonesome wind does cry. Oh, recalls lost tears from all the years gone by. I got up and found my way where the guitar's strung. That is where the light comes from. That is where the light comes from.
Woo-woo!
Cool song.
Thank you. Right, I'm gonna make a little harmonica switch here. And this second song that I will do is called "Dream These Hard Times Away." Sundown comes round, darkness coats the town. Empty feelings feel they're here to stay. I just want to lay down and dream. These hard times away. Midnight invites heartache and hindsight. I'm left with less than nothing to say. I just want to lay down and dream these hard times away. Dreams arrive like gentle tide. They slip in slow, then take hold. Sometimes they show another side, then let go with morning sky. these hard times away. I just want to lay down and dream these hard times away. Woo!
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. That last song got me a little bit. I think we can all relate to just wanting to lay down and dream our way past any difficulties that we have. Oh, well, Ralph, thank you so much for joining us on the show tonight. This is your first time at Open Mic America too, right?
It is.
Got a couple of new people tonight, and you're all sounding fantastic. And Ralph, thank you so much for your songs. I really like the one about Hank Williams, that first song that you played.
Yeah, thank you. I'm a big fan of Hank Williams. It's amazing that how he wrote his songs. He died, I think, on January 1st, 53. So a long time ago. And his songs are just played constantly still. I play a lot of bluegrass, and it's really very rare that I'll go to a bluegrass gym, including today, this afternoon, and not hear a Hank Williams song. They're just very, fun to play, and they've got some real depth to them, some of them. He's got an amazing band. And so I'm a big Hank Williams fan. Yeah. And his 100th birthday is coming up in September. So I think that's worth celebrating.
Yeah, well, that's a great tribute song to him. I think it's really very nice. I really enjoyed your vocal quality in both the songs. It sounds so earnest, like there's almost so much emotion that it can't just come out easy. It's got to come out, and it's got all that emotion still in it. I love it.
Well, thank you very much.
I don't know if you're doing it on purpose, but it's great. Don't change anything.
Yeah, well, I think as a songwriter, I have to. I went and wrote a lot of songs when I was younger, and just for the sake of writing them. And they honestly, in retrospect, at the time, they probably meant a lot to me, but they didn't really have the staying power. So now when I write something, it has to mean something to me. I mean, I've got enough songs that I don't want to do a song of mine unless it's got some kind of feeling for me, and so I throw away a lot that just don't make it. So I usually just try to do the ones that I really truly feel attached to.
Oh, I guess would that mean that there's like rotation in your repertoire as songs kind of become important to you or lose their feeling?
Yeah, I mean, you go and that's a reason to keep writing, because what might have felt important, like 20 years ago or 10 years ago, changes. And so that's, a reason to keep writing. I mean, I could still appreciate the songs when I look back, because I think, at least I like to think, they were true for the time that I wrote them. But then, you move on, the world moves on, and you have to keep writing because of that. And so I just try to stay with what feels right for me at the moment.
That's awesome. That's very cool. Well, I was looking at your website a little bit, and you've got a lot of performances that look like they're with a bunch of other groups or with other people. You do a lot of collaboration?
Well, when you say collaboration, I have a couple bands that I play in, and this is a little bit of Americana, and they're good friends, and I love playing with them, and it's just a lot of fun. And then, I do my own thing as well, which tends to be more of my songs as a solo performer. I go to a lot of different types of jams. I just love playing music all the time. My wife is a fiddle player, really great fiddle player, and she has a group of women called the Fiddle Sisters, and every week there's anywhere between 4 and 8 women that come over, and I'm their rhythm player, and I have the best job there is. I'm just listening to this beautiful fiddle harmonies and trying to keep the rhythm going, and go to a bunch of bluegrass jams, and then with the bands that I'm in, we do gigs, and so yeah, just keep the line moving, as they say.
Ah, oh, that sounds like so much fun, especially getting out to play with other people. Did you get to do that much over the pandemic, or?
Uh, well, to be honest, I hate doing Zoom.
Mm.
That's probably not the thing I should say here, but I did a little bit of that, and I just, it's not like being in the same room and you can't really play with somebody where they're playing and you're responding, and so I really like being in person with people to play. Um, I think that's ideal. And so, during the pandemic, it was tough. Except I talked a moment ago about old time music. Well,
Mhm.
most of the old time music is fiddle music, so we could put on our masks, and there really wasn't any singing. So
Ah.
so we could still do it. So that was sort of a big saving grace to be able to play, still be able to play in person. It wasn't as much
Mm.
fun as say doing some bluegrass harmonies or whatever, but it was still helped us play live, which is
Yeah.
really really important for me.
Oh yeah. A good way to work around it, still get that interaction with everybody.
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome. Well, hey, thank you so much for coming out tonight. It was such a wonderful, wonderful thing to hear you play. I really enjoyed it. And I hope we'll see you back sometime.
I hope so, Laura. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right. That was great. Yeah, and so when you come back, just forget about the fact that we're on Zoom. Just pretend we're all in a room together, and in front of a screen. Okay, so we are going to actually stay on the East Coast, and we're going to move up to Auburn, Maine, and we're going to listen to Jennifer McQuaid. And Jennifer's been concentrating mainly on writing these days and planning to get back out there performing this spring. So we'll be on the lookout for that. So, Jennifer, take it away.
Well, thank you, Rich. It's good to be back here again. And I'm probably going to start it off with another relationship song because that seems to be my life, so forgive me for that. Anyways, this one is called Closer to Me. How many times must I travel down this road only to find out I'm walking alone? I know there's someone who's lost just like me. Is there an answer to this mystery? Oh, I want to light a candle and pour a glass of wine with someone special. We can walk through time together. We'll find out if this was meant to be. If we don't take a chance, we might not see. Will our hearts find what they're looking for? I don't know what life has in store for us. When you're feeling low to get in my way. It leaves me searching for words to say. Am I an open book or more like a Broadway play? And will this show last or slowly fade away? Will our hearts find what they're looking for? I don't know what life is in store for us. So when you're feeling lonely, why not get closer to me? Yeah, get closer to me. Oh yeah, get closer to me. Yeah.
Great 12-string sound.
Right.
Well, thank you so much. This next song, I wasn't gonna do it, but a friend asked me to do it. So I write a lot of songs and I put the instruments behind it. So I haven't done this song a lot acoustically, but we're gonna give it a shot tonight, anyways. It's called "It's Too Late." Time is running out, no one gets out alive. Wanna make it through another sleepless night. So hard to find the one who makes you smile. If you do, hold on tight, stay with them a while. You may never find what you're looking for. Hold your head up high, find a love before it's too late. When love gives you lemons and you think of giving up, don't hide your heart away. You won't find love that way. Open your heart to the universe. She'll be waiting there for you to get you through this life. You may never find what you're looking for. Hold your head up high, find the love before it's too late. Oh, 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 it's too late. You keep on waiting for love to come around. Don't end up alone, lost in town. A highway of broken dreams, we keep going down, spinning our hearts round and round. You may never find it's too late.
Cool.
Well, thank you so much.
I think we should be thanking you. That was a lot of fun. I was bopping the whole time to that second song.
It'll be better the next time I do it. I just haven't performed it that much, so.
Oh, is it a pretty new one?
Yeah, well, relatively new. You know, I mean, when I write them kind of quick, and then I add all the instruments to it, get it online, and then I just forget about them. You know, and then I'll go back and I'll revisit them, and I'm like, oh crap, I got to learn them over.
What is this song? How did I do this?
What chords was I playing? What was I doing? You know, so. But anyways.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, I also have to compliment you on that 12-string sound. That was really nice. Very energetic, very exciting.
Thank you so much. Yeah, then these two particular songs, I mean, they're more chord structured.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, there wasn't a lot of finger picking with it. I mean, I've enjoyed listening to everybody else. They're playing some beautiful guitar with, you know, beautiful finger picking with the banjo. I'm envious, actually, you know. But I concentrate, you know, a lot on the chords just to try and build the melody. And as John was saying earlier, you know, he writes the lyrics and then the music. Well, I'm just the opposite. I kind of write the music, and then I try and fill the spaces with the words. So once in a while I'll do the words before it, and it definitely takes me in a different direction, you know. But I think if you ask any musician or any songwriter, they'll tell you that, you know, different thing. Yeah, some people say they do it this way, that way, the other. So no, you're never going to get a straight answer.
Oh yeah, and just like you said, I'm sure that it's always like depending on the song. I'm sure that changes up how you would normally do it.
Right, exactly. Yeah. You know.
Yeah. Well, I know that I've heard you on this open mic before, and I've enjoyed your relationship song very much.
Oh, thanks. Well, the next time I come, I'll do something a little bit more in depth, you know.
Yeah, I'll be waiting to hear it. That'll be exciting.
It was funny, you know, when I was you know, trying to figure out what two songs to play. I was talking to another friend, and I started playing him songs. He's like, yeah, do that one. Yeah, do that one. I'm like, okay, you know, I needed someone to make my mind up for me. I wasn't sure, you know, but we settled on those two anyways.
Here you go. An outside pair of ears is so helpful. You get so caught up in things sometimes.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, that, as I said, you know, the last time I was here, I'm collaborating, and I haven't really done a lot of collaborating, uh, the previous couple of years. And so when I started doing that, it was just so funny working with some talented people, because I would send something along and they'd be like, no, ain't gonna do it, Jen. You know, and it taught me a lot, you know, because I'm so used to just writing them and putting them out there, you know, and they're like, no, do it over. No, this can be better. Change that, you know. It's like, I kind of like that feedback, you know. It's nice.
Yeah, and I'm sure working with other people is a whole different beast than writing on your own.
It is, but it's fun. It's fun, you know. You learn a lot. I mean, that this whole process. I mean, I'm learning here, you know, listening to all the previous songwriters, you know, everything that they're doing. You're exposing yourself to more people, and you know, influences, you know, how they play their guitars, you know, how they write. I think it's all fascinating and interesting, you know.
I think sometimes putting yourself out there to listen to other people can be a little bit scary sometimes, because you don't want to get, I don't know, you feel down on yourself or anything like that.
I gave up on that a long time. It is what it is. You know, there's going to be people 10 times, 20 times better than I am. It is what it is, you know.
Yeah.
But that's how you get better. You know, you surround yourself with more talented people, and hopefully some of that karma rubs off on you.
Yeah, that's a really good way to look at it. It's just like it is what it is, and there's going to be some really cool stuff that I'll see tonight.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, absolutely. You know, so
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, hey, it's been a pleasure listening to your songs tonight. I really enjoyed kind of like a dance break that I had listening to your songs.
well, I figured I'd change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you so much. I enjoyed being here. You know.
Wonderful. Well, I hope we'll see you back again sometime soon.
Oh, you will. You will, as long as you can put up with me.
Always, always, Jennifer.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, Jennifer, I like that. It is what it is. I feel the same way. You know, you go and play somewhere and you're going to be better than some and they're going to be a lot better than you. And hey, it is what it is. All right. Well, now that we've got that settled, we are going to head now, stay on the East Coast and head down south to North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, where we're going to listen to Lewis Beeler. And Lewis plays at the Madison Perk and the Afton Wine open mics. And now we're going to hear him tonight. So, Lewis, let's hear what you got.
All right. Hey, it's great to be back. All right, this first song I'm going to do is I lived in Austin, Texas back in the mid-'80s for a little bit. And this is, there used to be a place down there called Cafe Brazil, and this is a song I wrote while I was sitting in there one day. Sitting in Cafe Brazil, the coffee never spills. Always something cooking on the grill. Watching as the world goes by. Sometimes they turn and I see their eyes. They can't even take a look inside. In my mind, in my mind, in my mind. Day to beat the heat. Cafe Brazil on Old 6th Street. Well, I stopped in here to have a bite to eat. Window is a movie there. Sometimes they turn and I see their stare. But they can't even take a look inside. In my mind, in my mind. In my mind. Sitting in Cafe Brazil, where the coffee never spills. I wonder how I'll ever pay this bill. Minutes seem to slide right by. The seconds seem to amplify. Every little sound intensifies. In my mind, in my mind, in my mind.
Yeah.
Great beat. I love that. Beautiful.
It's great.
All right. This next song is one about a gentleman who kind of lost track of things, or lost track of what's important in life. I've been meaning to take some time to write to you. Life can be crazy when the seams come unglued. I've been spinning around like a wheel on the road, just digging deeper from the weight of this load. And I'd like to tell you I've been happy, but I don't have time for that. And I'd like to tell you I've been learning, but I haven't had a chance. So I just say nothing like I always seem to do. Hope you're missing me like I keep on missing you. I live my life like a man with a job to do, living on without you, all alone without you. Time to stop by, but the faster I go, the more I get behind. I've been running around like a rat trapped in a maze. Just hoping I'll see you one of these days. And I'd like to tell you I'm not lonely, got the heart to lie. And I'd like to tell you I really love you, but the moment always seems to fly. So just be silent like I always seem to be. Keep on missing you like I hope you're missing me. Live my life like a sailor lost at sea, all alone, so it seems. Here alone with my dreams. Nothing like I always seem to do. I hope you're missing me, 'cause I keep on missing you. I live my life like a man with a job to do, all alone without you. Here alone without you. Life goes on without you. I've been meaning to take some time to write to you.
Woo! Excellent. Excellent song.
All right. All right. I do not know if you meant to do this, but there was something incredibly like almost cinematic about you singing about how I've been missing you and I'll just be silent and I'm by myself, and you've got this like desert background going on. Like you're the last person on earth.
It's actually a beach. This is the water coming down onto the beach.
Oh, I was viewing it as the sky.
It does kind of look like the sky from that shot.
It well, there you go. You could be lonely on the beach too. That works too. That works too. Well, Lewis, that was quite the performance there with those two songs. I really enjoyed the what is it, the little slide you did on the first one that was like that sounded very cool. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's one of my more jazzier songs.
Definitely very upbeat. Have you been to the Cafe Brazil recently, or was that from a while ago?
It's no longer there.
No.
Probably went out sometime in the 90s, I think. So that was in the early 80s. I saw it, mid 80s.
Oh, well, it lives on. It'll live on in the song.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, that's really fun. You seem to have a wide range of songs that you play. I was looking on your website. You have like, you listed like folk and rock and jazz and blues and country.
Yeah, I call my music folk-lectic because eclectic folk. It kind of combines a little bit of everything, a little country, blues, jazz, rock. So
that's really cool.
I can blame that on my older brothers. They always had a wide music collection. And
so you kind of grew up listening to a whole bunch of different stuff?
Oh yeah. Yeah, everything from Beatles to Frank Sinatra.
Ooh, very fun, very cool. Well, I've got a question here from Dave. He's very interested in your guitar. He says it's wonderful. What is it?
This is a Godin. It's a nylon string Godin. It's kind of unique because it has two pickups in it. It's got a bridge pickup, and then it's got pickups that are built into the body, so you can kind of blend the two sounds. So it's really got a unique tone to it.
Yeah, that's really cool looking. It looks very interesting from this angle. It doesn't have the opening in the center.
It's like a semi-hollow body. Little chambers in it.
Beautiful. Well, you play it marvelously.
Oh, thank you.
So tell me, how are things out in North Carolina this time?
It's really good. We got a really thriving music scene down here. I'm actually on the set of our Tiny Stage Concerts show that we do. It's a video series we record here, and we showcase a new songwriter each week.
Very cool.
I'm able to get some of the regional and actually some national touring people have come by, and we had one international star from Australia that stopped in.
Wow, Tiny Stage must only refer to the physical stage itself then.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not real big. We can get about 2 or 3 people on here comfortably.
That's very cool. How long has that been going on?
We started in 2016.
Wow, and still going strong. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
I think we just posted our 262nd concert.
Wow, that's a lot of great musicians you get to hear then.
Oh yeah, it's great. We had to take a little hiatus during COVID. Obviously, we couldn't do any recording, but we're back at it.
That's awesome. That's wonderful. I also saw on your website you mentioned that you sometimes do witty banter.
Oh yeah.
I enjoy that it's only sometimes.
Just sometimes. Just usually when I'm tuning and replacing strings at the last minute.
Oh yeah, gotta have that crowd work if you're gonna be in live in front of people.
Oh yeah.
That's wonderful. Well, hey, Lewis, it was wonderful hearing you on the show again tonight.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming out, and I hope we'll see you again soon.
All right. Looking forward to it.
Fantastic.
Thanks.
Okay, so here we are at our final performer. And tonight we are wrapping up the show from Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. We are going to listen to Brian Eyre. Brian has recently played at Stoney's Pub, Galuccio's, and the Churchman Village. And he also hosts a Zoom open mic each Monday night. So let's hear what you got, Brian. Looking forward to it.
Okay, thank you very much. Little story behind the next couple of songs. I play in different tunings, and a friend of mine who we play together came one night. He had a little piece of paper in his pocket, and it had this tuning on it, and I'd never heard the tuning before. It's GCD FAC. Apparently it's a Stephen Stills tuning. So anyway, I took a little piece of paper home and I started working on it, and actually three songs on my first CD are in this tuning, and I want to play a couple of them here tonight. So the first one is called Building Up the Kingdom of Love.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So the second one is a song called Inside Out. So it's kind of like showing your character by showing what you have inside on your outside. So it's called Inside Out.
I think you just voided the warranty on your guitar, though.
I've voided the warranty many times over.
You suppose there's a number you can void it enough and then it'll reinstate it?
Reinstates, yeah. I hope so.
Wow, well, Brian, that was very cool. I was taking notes throughout everybody's sets to kind of like if there was something I wanted to talk about. I've got a single smiley face and wow, so many sounds, one guitar.
Thanks.
I was reading on your website that you do a fingerstyle guitar player.
Right.
Yeah. What is that? I know that I haven't heard of it before, but
Well, it's funny because up until about like maybe 12 years ago, I had never heard of it either.
oh.
And there was a guy that I worked with that I knew was a guitar player, and I said, "What kind of stuff do you play?" And he said, "Fingerstyle," and I'm like, "You mean like finger picking?" And he just laughed and he said, "Well, kind of." And so I just went on this journey to figure out what kind of meant, and this is how it turned out.
It's very cool. I love the sounds that you can get, and the beats inside your songs are really, really cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's always incredible to me to hear what you can get with just instrumental.
Yeah, it's funny because there's a few people that that I listened to at the beginning when I first started playing in this style. Because back in the day, as everybody talked about, I was a rocker, big hair, beard and everything. And then life happens, and then you come to this different part of your life. And so when I first started listening to this kind of style, I was listening to, I don't know if anyone has heard of him, but Don Ross. He's a really incredible Canadian fingerstyle guitar player. And I remember when I came across him, I'm like, that's what I want to do. And so it was really inspiring. Then there's many, many, many. Someone was talking earlier before we started about Tommy Emmanuel. Now, of course, he's on a completely different realm, but it's a lot of fun. One of the things that is so great about playing in this style is you play the whole thing. You're playing the whole song, all the parts. And for years, I was just I was like a lead guitar player, just sitting, by myself. There's not that much to do, but this is a blast, really.
Yeah, well, it seems like you're having a lot of fun. You seemed like you were grooving up there with all the songs. It's just always a joy to watch when someone gets really into what they're playing.
Right. I like that. Yeah, I like grooving to it. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it was really cool hearing your stuff on the show. You've been on Open Mic America before. I don't think that
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard you before. I don't think, and it was really cool listening.
Thank you. And it's quite an honor to be on here, and I really appreciate the opportunity to be on along with all the other great people that were on here tonight.
Well, I hope I'm not stealing too much from Rich here, but I know that it wouldn't be such a great show without all of you amazing players that come on here, and you're definitely one of them.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, such a pleasure hearing you play tonight, and I hope you'll continue coming back.
I certainly would really like to. Yes.
Wonderful. All right, Rich, I think we've run out of performers for the night.
Well, I just happen to have my guitar here. I thought, no, of course not.
We'll be here all night. Oh no, I've been warned about
That's
this.
Right. Oh, that's right. No, what a great show. Had a lot of really great performers, and it's hard to believe that hey, we're at the end of tonight's show, but we are. And so I would like to thank our performers quickly, one by one. And performers, when I say your name, feel free to wave. Rigo Rodriguez and Rodman King, John Gary, Geenkent, Mike Simpson, Ralph DeFlorio, Jennifer McQuaid, Lewis Beeler, and Brian Eyre. Listen, remember to check our website, openmicamerica.com, for links to the music of all of our OMA performers. And you can find on that website, you can find archives of all of our shows. Big thanks to founder Capo Dave Williams, working tirelessly behind the scenes as our engineer. It seemed everything went without a hitch. And to Laura Borowitz for a super job interviewing our performers tonight. And of course, thank you to all of you people out there that are watching us on YouTube. So listen, if you like this show, and why wouldn't you like this show, please spread the word. Don't keep it a secret. You can even download and print your own posters from our website and hang them somewhere where folks can see them. And look, you can also get hopefully you can see it, you can get your own Open Mic America t-shirt. I noticed Capo Dave is wearing his tonight. You can get that through our openmicamerica.com website. So please check out your local and virtual open mics. We have listed the ones where our performers play under the local open mics tab on the website. Our next show will be on March 5th. Same time, same station, with our hosts Alice Osborne, Laura Borowitz will be back, and Matt Megan. So stay tuned for our next full lineup of performers. So I'll ask our performers all to mute their mics, wave goodbye, and I will say good night, America.
If you meet me at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue, I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall. And if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.